Now, today I want to discuss some aspects of Fourier series. Now, you already know this thing, you have studied it. Okay. So, I don't want to discuss all the aspects of Fourier series. Only those things will be discussed that will be relevant in our context and that will just enhance our conceptual level. Okay. So, I want to discuss those particular things only. Now we know a periodic signal, okay, with angular frequency, okay, omega 0, a periodic signal xt with its angular frequency omega 0 can be represented as xt equal to a0 plus summation an cos n omega 0 t plus bn sin n omega 0 t, where n is varying from 1 to infinity. Now n, so it means that omega 0 is the least frequency, and this is the frequency of xt also. So its frequency is omega 0, it is equal to 2 pi by some t0. T0 is the time period of xt. Now it means that the periodic signal can be resolved into infinite number of cosine and sine, okay, and their amplitudes are an and bn respectively, and n is taking integer values only. So when n equal to 1, we get the least frequency. So this omega 0 is called fundamental frequency. Now this fundamental frequency is the frequency of xt. Fundamental frequency is actually the frequency of xt, but not only the fundamental, other frequencies also exist. These are 2 omega 0, 3 omega 0, 4 omega 0. So these are, so all the higher frequencies are called harmonic frequency. Okay, all the higher frequencies are called, so n omega 0 is the called, these are the harmonic frequencies. Okay, so these are these things. Now where, what is a0 and bn? These are the Fourier coefficients actually. Okay, these are Fourier coefficients. So our a0 is equal to 1 by t0. It can be proved. I am not going to that thing. I think you already know. It's t0 into t0 plus capital T0 xt dt. So this is equal to 1 by t0 into, this is what? Area of xt. Area of xt over one cycle. Area of xt over one cycle. There. Now n, what is n? It is 2 by t0. It is t0 to t0 plus capital T0. This is xt cos n omega 0 t dt. So it is the coefficient attached to cosine term. So it is the coefficient attached to cosine terms. And our Bn is 2 by T0, same, only difference is our cosine will be replaced by sine. Now note one more thing, not only this mathematical expression, conceptually it gives lot more things. What are these? The C, now An is what? It is actually the cross correlation between xt and cosine function at 0 lag, with a factor 2 by t0 is obviously there. So n is the cross correlation, okay, of xt with cosine function at 0 lag. And bn is what? It is the cross correlation between xt and sine function at 0 lag. This means we know our cross correlation function always gives us the degree of similarity. So n is the degree of similarity between the xt and a template function cosine function. If xt is very much similar with the template function cosine, then our an will have a high value, representing that the degree of similarity between xt and the template function cosine is quite large. If our an is of low magnitude, it means the degree of similarity between xt and cosine is low. There. Similarly, our bn is if represents the degree of similarity between xt and sine function at 0 lag. Is the cosine function actually, a cross correlation function between xt and sine function. So an and bn, these are the degree of similarities actually. Note that if xt is an even function, then what happens? It will be even into even. Cosine function is also even. So the degree of similarity between xt and cosine function will be very high and n will have a high value. But what's about then? When xt is even, then even into odd, sine is an odd function. Even into odd is odd. So its area over full cycle will be 0. So bn will be 0. So the degree of similarity between even function xt and the odd function sine will be 0. So our bn will be 0. Just opposite thing happens when xt is an odd function. When xt is odd, then odd into even, result product will be odd, its area will be 0 over full cycle. N will be 0. So the degree of similarity between xt and cosine odd xt and even cosine will be 0. In that case, what happens for bn? It is odd function into odd function, odd xt into odd sine. So product will be even. Then our bn, then its area will be non-zero. So bn will have a high value. So when n is 0, bn is having high value. When bn is 0, n is having high value. We know any function can be decomposed into one even component and another odd component. So when the function xt is even, its similarity with the cosine function will be highest and bn will be 0. And when xt is odd, its similarity with the odd function sine will be highest. And in that case, our bn will have a highest value, high value, and n will be 0. Okay. So that is our conceptual, okay, understanding of these Fourier coefficients, A0, An, and Bn. But not only that, there are some more conceptual things that will be revealed now in the subsequent discussion. Now let's consider one example, just one example. Now consider one periodic signal. This is xt. So that is A. There. Now that is now one periodic signal. Now if we want to resolve its Fourier coefficients, its different harmonic frequencies, what will get? Now A0 is what? A0 is actually the zero frequency term in the Fourier series. Zero frequency means it's a DC component. A DC always has zero frequency. Why? Because a DC signal does not repeat. It's a constant signal. It does not repeat. It means it repeats after infinite time. Here, a DC signal does not repeat. It means it repeats after infinite time. So time period of a DC component is 0. DC signal is 0. As time period is 0, frequency will be 1/0. Okay, sorry. For a DC signal, it does not repeat. It repeats after infinite time. So its time period is infinity. So as time period is infinity, its frequency will be 1 by time period, or frequency will be 0. So A0 will be having a zero frequency term component. So now if we just resolve it into the DC component or zero frequency, it will be our x0t. x0t. So we'll get this capital A. It is a zero frequency term or DC component. Now for this particular signal, if we resolve it into fundamental, you'll see the fundamental component will come something like, just I show you, it will be our fundamental. For this signal, we are getting fundamental component. Fundamental, and this is DC. Now, if we consider its second harmonic, actually the second harmonic is 0 for this particular signal. Okay, don't think that it will be always 0. For some signal it may be there, for some other it may not be. But here for this particular signal, just if we apply Fourier series and find out the Fourier coefficients, we will get that it will be 0. So I am not drawing it. Then for third harmonic, what it will be? Third harmonic x3t. Now for third harmonic means its frequency is 3 times the fundamental. Its frequency is 3 times the fundamental. So when the fundamental completes one half cycle, third harmonic will complete 3 half cycles. When fundamental completes one half cycle, okay, third harmonic will complete 3 half cycles. So it will be half cycle 1, 2, 3. Again half cycle 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that is our third harmonic. So our third harmonic. Now for this signal, okay. Now for this signal, okay, we don't get any other harmonics. We don't get any other harmonics. Only for this signal. So that is, now if we add them at every instant of time, what it will be? The result will be this particular original signal xt. If we want to add them. Okay. So the whole thing can be visualized in a different way. Let's see this thing. The whole thing. The addition of these three things will give us our xt as per the concept of Fourier series. Now I want to draw the whole thing in a different way, and some interesting thing will come out. Page number 2. Now we consider a 3-dimensional axis. It's a time axis, it's a value, and it's a frequency. Okay, so we can write, okay, n omega 0 or n f0, whatever we write it, doesn't matter. Frequency, it's time axis. Now for n equal to 0, we are getting DC component. So our DC value is this one. Along time, its value is A. For n equal to 1, we are getting fundamental frequency. Now our fundamental is what? It is just like this one, a sine wave for this particular signal. So we can draw it that way, the 3-dimensional axis. This. So it is our omega 0. Okay, fundamental. For second harmonic, no component. For third harmonic, so it's moving this along time axis. So it is 3 omega 0. Now if we look, now if we look perpendicularly from that side, what will we see? See if there is a shadow, okay, if there is a light source here, So in that particular plane, we'll get the shadow of that particular amplitude. So shadow will be this one. Here shadow is that. Okay, here shadow is that much, here shadow is this much. So if you look from that side, what we'll get? We'll get that, say it is our n omega 0, its value. So it will be for n equal to 0, a DC component value is a. For omega 0, what we are getting? Some value, omega 0. For 2 omega 0, nothing. For 3 omega 0, we are getting this particular amplitude. So actually it is oscillating. So when there is a shadow, light source, and there is a shadow over some screen, so it will pulsate, it will oscillate. So the height in the positive direction and height in the negative direction, they will be same. I am not drawing the height in the negative direction because it does not give us any new information. It does not give us any new information. I am drawing only the amplitude in the positive side. So that much is the shadow of the height. Now this is the shadow of the third harmonic. This we are getting. So it is what? It is the frequency domain view of the signal. So it is a frequency domain view of the signal this way. Okay, just value and frequency. So from that we can tell what is the value of the signal for a particular frequency component. What is the amplitude of the signal for a particular frequency component, that we can say. And how many frequencies are present, that we can say. Okay, so it always gives us the frequency information. But we cannot say what is the value of a signal at a particular time t. No, because the time information is lost here. So time info is lost. No time information. But if we look from that side, the side way, where it will be just a value, and this is our time t, and there is an observer. There is an observer. This way, the observer will see sidewise. So what the observer will see? The observer will see the addition of all the signals. So a Fourier series representation. So the observer will see this one. So this is a time domain, okay, view of the signal. So t domain or time domain view of the signal. Now, which instrument can we use to see the time domain view? Obviously, oscilloscope, by using oscilloscope. So this is also called oscilloscopic view of the signal. So it's a value versus time. But from time domain view or normal oscilloscopic view of the signal, we cannot say what is the magnitude of the signal at a particular time t. Okay, we can say this thing, but we cannot say what is the value of the amplitude of the signal of a particular frequency, or how many frequencies are present. So all the frequency related information is lost. Okay, F info is lost. So F info is lost here, and here time information is lost. So actually, so what we are getting, this is our frequency domain view, and that is our time domain view, perpendicular to the plane. So our time sine wave is coming, our sine wave is coming this way, different frequency, and the frequency domain view is this way. So it is actually, so either frequency domain view or time domain view, that will be found, but both will not be found. Okay, so both will not be found. So it is as per Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. This is as per Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Okay, so this is actually what? It is a discrete frequency spectra. The frequency domain view, discrete frequency spectra. So discrete lines are coming. And which instrument we use to see the frequency domain view? There is one instrument called spectrum analyzer. So spectrum analyzer view of the signal. Here time information is lost, but frequency information is visible. It is clear. So Fourier series gives us for the first time a relation between time domain information and frequency domain information. Okay, so time domain and frequency domain information, there is a 90-degree transformation of axis. There is a 90-degree transformation of axis. So if we shift the axis, there is an orthogonal transformation. Word orthogonal means 90-degree, or perpendicular or normal. So it is an orthogonal transformation to see from one view of the signal to the another view of the signal. So Fourier series for the first time gives us, okay, the concept of orthogonal transformation. Orthogonal transformation to view a particular signal. Now, the thing is that next we want to see that just I want to give you a table.
স্যার
I don't know,
স্যার একটা কোয়েশ্চেন আছে
বলো।
স্যার বলছি আপনি এখানে ইভেন হারমোনিক্স গুলোতে স্যার ভ্যালুটাকে জিরো বললেন কি করে ক্যালকুলেশন না করে?
না না, আমি তোমাদের আগেই বলেছি for this particular signal say that there was some calculation previously and after calculation we find that the even harmonics are zero.
ও আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, তাহলে
But
ঠিক আছে।
even if it is not zero, no problem, I have to draw one more plot. Okay, the loss
sir.
of
Okay, sir.
generality is not lost, is not there. If there is a second harmonic, we have to draw it here, as well as the second harmonic will come here also, here also. So here also another line will come, another projection will come. And not only this, up to third harmonic, there are many more harmonics present. Then all there, the axis will be simply extended to see all the frequency content. Here also. Okay. So it's just the summary of what is happening. Now I want to give you a table. That table will tell you some information of Fourier series, some understanding of Fourier series. I don't want to go into all the details of Fourier series because you already know. Okay. So our table, its heading will be now Fourier coefficients computation using symmetry property. Computation using symmetry property. Now let's see symmetry. Now condition represented in analytical method. Then example. Then A0. Then An, comma Bn. Then remarks. Let's see this thing. First is we consider event symmetry of a signal. What is the condition? X minus t equal to x. Example. Just one example this is. T0 is the time period. Now, if we compute that there is some area over one cycle, so in general area is present, non-zero. But for some signal, obviously area can be zero also. But that these are special cases. In general, our area is non-zero. So if we compute A0 is what? 1 by time period into area. So 1 by time period into area. So that is our A0. If you compute it, I will show you. So A0 is 1 by T0 into area. As area is non-zero, A0 is non-zero in general. Clear? Next. What's about AN and BN? Now AN, if we use the symmetry property, it will be 4 by T0 integration, okay, T0 to T0 plus capital T0 by 2. Since there is an even symmetry, it is sufficient to integrate it over half cycle. Note that in the original computation of AN, we compute over full cycle, T0. Okay, but here we are computing over half cycle, and there will be a 2 by T0. But here we are computing only over half cycle, and we just the area, it has to be doubled, so it will be 4 by T0. So xt cos n omega 0 t dt, and bn is 0. Okay, and cosine remarks is the cosine terms will be present, because for signal of even symmetry our bn is 0. I already told you. So cosine terms present only. Right. Next we'll see the odd symmetry. In odd symmetry, x minus t equal to minus xt. You already know. Say example. So if we integrate it, it will be 0. So its area is 0 because one positive side, positive area, negative area, they cancel each other. So over one cycle, area is always 0. So for signal of odd symmetry, okay, or anti-symmetry, our A0 is always 0. A0 is always 0. And what's about AN? Since it is a signal of odd symmetry, our AN will be 0. And BN is 4 by T0, same expression. T0 to T0 plus capital T0 by 2, xt sin n omega 0 t dt. So sine terms present only. Now we know any signal can be decomposed into one even component and odd component. When signal is even, its similarity with even component will be highest, so n will have a high value, and bn 0. Its similarity with the odd component will be 0. And when the signal is odd, its similarity with odd component will be highest, but its similarity with even component will be 0. No similarity, so n will be 0. And that is reflected in the mathematical calculation also. Okay. Next one is half wave symmetry or rotation symmetry. Half wave symmetry or rotation symmetry. What is that? Our xt equal to minus x t plus minus t by 2. Xt equal to minus x t plus minus t by 2. So let's plot one example that will be clear. This. T by T0 by 2 minus T0 by 2 this way. So this is our x. Now note that how to find out that it is having okay half wave symmetry. You take any value and shift it by t by 2. You will get the value will be just sign will be opposite, but the value same. If you shift it further by t0 by 2, okay, then also you'll get the same thing. The value is same, but opposite in sign. It is also found in the reverse direction. Okay, you go to the reverse direction, you get that one. So when you shift the signal by plus minus t0 by 2, that is half the period, either in the forward direction or in the backward direction. You will get the same value, but opposite in sign, minus of the previous one. So that is called the half wave symmetry. Means by advancing in any direction, half the time period, half the full wave duration, we can get the same value but opposite in sign. Get the same value but opposite in sign. Clear? So that's why half wave symmetry. Now why rotation symmetry? Simple. The thing is that in rotation symmetry, you see here, you just take one triangle, you shift it by t by 2, t0 by 2. If you shift it by t0 by 2 and flip it, just flip it downward, you will see that the upper part, the original signal will overlap on the its downward version. Again, you shift it by t0 by 2 and flip it. It will overlap. Flip it means rotate it with respect to t-axis. So therefore, it is called rotation symmetry. You shift by t0 by 2 in any direction and rotate. Okay, then the one version will overlap with the next version. Okay, that's why it is called rotation symmetry. Next. Okay. Now here also you'll see that the positive area and negative area over full cycle is 0. Positive area, negative area over full cycle is 0. So our A0 will be always 0. And AN and BN both will exist. Only thing is it will be 4 by T0 plus capital T0 by 2 xt cos n omega 0 t dt, and Bn 4 by T0 xt sin n omega 0 t dt. So both exist. But one thing is that here only the odd harmonics will be present. It can be proved. I am not going to the proof that for a signal having half wave or rotation symmetry, the even harmonics will be always 0. The even harmonics will be always 0. It can be proved. I am not proving it. You already know these things. Or if you recapitulate, you will get the result. So the odd harmonics present only. Odd harmonic present only. Clear? Next, we want to see quarter wave symmetry. Quarter wave symmetry. There are two versions of quarter wave symmetry. Version 1 and okay, first I write it here. Whether the space is available, let me find out this. Xt equal to x minus t, even symmetry, and xt equal to minus x t plus minus t0 by 2. So a combination of even symmetry and half wave symmetry. Where it is found, we call it one form of quarter wave symmetry. Okay. Example. So example is So it is T0 by 2 minus T0 by 2, 0. Okay, that is our xt. So if you take, you see it is having even symmetry always. One side is the mirror image of the other side. So even symmetry. Next is you take any value, shift it by T0 by 2, you get that one. Shift it by T0 by 2 backward, you'll get that one. So it's having half wave symmetry also. Now positive area, negative area, they cancel each other over one cycle. So our A0 will be simply 0. And since it is having even symmetry, our signal will have 0 Bn. Even symmetry means Bn will be 0. And An will be as usual. 4 by T0 integration. T0 is small T0 is the any initial time. We have to integrate it over half cycle, that's all. Xt cos n omega 0 t dt, and Bn is 0. So we can say here that cosine terms present for odd harmonics n only. So for odd harmonics only, the cosine terms will be present. Cosine terms present for odd harmonics only. Why odd harmonics? Because it is coming from the half wave symmetry. Okay, odd harmonics. And cosine term present, how it's coming? It's coming from even symmetry. So it's the combination of these two things. Okay. Now next is there is one form of another form of quarter wave symmetry. I write it in the next page. So page number 3. Page number 3. So now, so I just create the table. Symmetry, condition, example, A0, ANBN, remarks. So just continuation of the table. Now symmetry means it will be also quarter wave, but its version is different. Previously it was one even symmetry and half wave symmetry. Even symmetry and half wave symmetry. Now it will be odd symmetry and half wave symmetry. So x minus t equal to minus xt. And xt equal to minus x t plus minus t0 by 2. So odd and half wave. Example, zero. This is t0 by 2 minus t0 by 2 half cycle. This is t. So you see, it is having odd symmetry. At the same time, okay, one side is a mirror image, one side is a negative of the other counterpart when we advance it by half the wave, t0 by 2. Okay, t0 by 2. This one. So both the conditions are satisfied, and Here positive area, negative area, they cancel each other and A0 will be always 0. Now, since it is an odd function, so an will be 0 and bn will be 4 by t0 integration t0 to t0 plus capital T0 by 2 xt sin n omega 0 t dt. And remarks is that sine terms present only. Sine terms present for odd harmonics only. Sine terms present for odd harmonics only. So it's the combination of even symmetry and half wave symmetry. So that is our table. This gives us a lot of information and it will be very much useful for solving when we want to solve problem, okay, using the table. There. Now let's see one problem. One problem. I don't want to show all the steps of the problem, but some important steps will be shown. Find the trigonometric Fourier series. Trigonometric because this Fourier series uses sine and cosine terms. Find the trigonometric Fourier series of the following periodic signals. Now here it is 1. And it is and minus 1. Oh, what? So that is our trigonometric Fourier series. Now first we find out what is our time period. That is our full cycle. You can take any point as our starting point. So this is our T0. So it is from -1 to 3. So T0 equal to 3 minus or -1 or 4. 4 is the time period. So what is our omega 0? It is 2 pi by T0. 2 pi by 4 or pi by 2. Angular frequency. Now what is our xt? Mathematically we can write it xt equal to 1 plus 1 when t is in between -1 to +1. That in that interval. And it is -1 when t is in between 1 to 3. So that is the mathematical representation of that function xt. Now what is our a0? Our a0 is 1 by t0 integration some initial time t0 to t0 plus capital T0. It is xt dt. Or we can write it t0 is 4. So 1 by 4. Now our small t0 can be any initial time. We say we take -1. So from -1 to 3 xt dt. Or we can write it 1 by 4 from -1 to +1 and from 1 to 3. We are segregating into 2 steps. From -1 to +1, the value of xt is 1. And from 1 to 3, the value of xt is -1. So if we integrate it, the result will be 0. But another way of getting the result is what? The positive area cancels the negative area. So this area is sum 1 into 2 and that area is 1 into 2. 2 means 3 minus 1. So here, since it is a regular geometrical shape, we can avoid integrating things and our time will be saved. But when it is not a regular geometrical shape, it is represented by some mathematical function, we have no other way than integrating it analytically. So our A0 is found. Okay, after integration. Next is, since it is having even symmetry, so our Pn is 0. So due to even symmetry of xt, Bn is 0. Bn is 0. Now only one more thing is left is An. An is 2 by T0. T0 to T0 plus capital T0 by 2. Sorry, it's capital T0. That is our original expression. T0. And xt cos n omega 0 t dt. So it will be 2 by 4. Integration we take any initial time -1 to -1 plus 4. xt cos n omega 0 t dt. Omega 0 is, we know, pi by 2. We can write it later also if we want. So half, it will be -1 to 3. So better I do it this way. -1 to 3 xt cos n omega 0 t dt. Okay, or half, it is -1 to +1 and 1 to 3. In -1 to +1, value of xt is 1. It is 1. And from 1 to 3, it is -1. Okay, that is our result thing. There is note that this signal is not only even, it is having one more thing. It is having half-wave symmetry. You take any point here. Okay. So you just take any point, shift it by T0 by 2, means by 2. So you get that one. Again, shift it by 2. You'll get that one. So shift backward, that one. So it is having half-wave symmetry. Since it is having half-wave symmetry, therefore, instead of using that particular thing, 2 by T0, T0 to T0 plus capital T0, okay? So instead of using 2 by T0, T0 to T0 plus capital T0, we can use half-wave symmetry. Its concept, that is 4 by T0. Let's see. In that case, you'll get some advantage. It's actually a quarter wave symmetry. Even symmetry and half-wave symmetry. Even symmetry and half-wave symmetry. So we can write it alternately, page number 4. Alternatively, using quarter wave symmetry, that is the combination of even symmetry and half-wave symmetry, we get n equal to 4 by T0 integration T0 to T0 plus capital T0 by 2 xt cos n omega 0 t dt, or it is 4 by 4 integration. Okay, and T0 we take -1, so -1 to 4 by 2 xt cos n omega 0 t dt, or we can write -1 to +1 xt cos n omega 0 t dt. But between -1 to +1, what is the value of xt? Value of xt -1 to +1, its value is 1. So we can write it as note that if we don't use this symmetry property, just straight away use the original expression of Fourier series, we have to integrate it twice. One integration and another integration. We have to integrate it twice. We have to put the limit twice. So our labor of doing the job will be more. But if we use the table, okay, and use the symmetry property, only one integration is sufficient. No second integration is involved. Okay, so always try to take, so only, therefore, only one integration involved. Compared to previous case. It's better. Now, once we know this thing, so after integration, we will get our n. Now, our final result will be our n equal to, now it is coming as 4 by n pi sine n pi by 2. Sine n pi by 2. Note how to get the result. Actually, omega 0 equal to pi by 2. If we put, note that after integration, we can get that sine n pi is always 0 as long as n is integer. Okay. Now, cos n pi is -1 to the power n. When n is even, it is +1. When n is odd, it is -1. Okay. Similarly, sine n pi by 2. This is equal to, when n is even, say n equal to 2m, another integer m. Then 2 and 2 cancel, so it is sine m pi, so it will be 0 when n is even. And when n is odd, then it will be integral multiple of, odd multiple of pi by 2. So it will be ±1 when n is odd. It is a higher secondary mathematics, still I am telling you. Similarly, cos n pi by 2. It is equal to, now when n is even, it will be what? When n is even, it will be -1 to the power n by 2. When n is even. And is ±1. Okay. Now ±1. Sorry. This is 0 when n is odd. So when n is odd, it will be odd multiple of pi by 2. So using this particular thing, okay, so use this, okay, to get the result of integration. In that case, we get n. So our a0 is 0, bn is 0, and an is 4 by n pi sine n pi by 2. Therefore, our x equal to what? 4 by n pi sine n pi by 2. So this is our actually n, and a summation sign is there. N is varying from 1 to infinity, and cos n omega 0 t. So this is n pi by 2 t. This is our omega 0. So that is the trigonometric Fourier series. Cosine term is 0. So this is our n. Or if we want, we can write 4 by pi outside. It is 1 by n sine n pi by 2 cos n pi by 2 t. N is varying from 1 to infinity. So that is our xt. So using symmetry property, computational burden is removed. Okay. So we can see that using symmetry property, computational burden is reduced. Yes. So that's all about this particular problem. Now we can solve different type of problem using the table actually. Yes. So I like to stop today. I have some other thing I have to leave, and then I have to back, and one more class is there later. Okay. So I want to stop now, and I will send you the material within 5 to 10 minutes. Any question? No. Okay. আচ্ছা 8 মিনিট, আজকে তোমরা কি সেকেন্ড হাফে ফ্রি আছো? হ্যালো?
No, sir.
নো, ঠিক আছে ছেড়ে দাও। আচ্ছা।